So just imagine for a moment that I told you that you have probably the opportunity of a lifetime and it is literally right in front of you. And also think that most people are also probably going to miss this opportunity. And that opportunity, which I'm telling you about, is altcoin season. Altcoin season is probably, I'm going to say, one of the most explosive periods in the crypto market where fortunes are going to be made and probably lost just in a matter of weeks. And what if I told you that that moment is finally here? And believe it or not, it is probably still not too late to seize this opportunity. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what an altcoin season is, some of the key signs that it is starting, and also, most importantly, how you're going to be able to capitalize on it as well. So whether you're in crypto or you're a trader, or if you're just starting out, I'm going to have you covered. Also, if you've never traded a single day in your life, stick to the end because I have something that is probably perfect for you. And if you really want to make sure that you're ahead of the curve, our Discord group might be perfect for you. We've got tons of traders who are passing their prop firms, getting payouts. Some of these guys literally just started trading, and other guys, such as myself, have been trading for over 10 years. So there are tons of valuable insights, knowledge, and of course, we do put out signals on a regular basis. If you're interested, the link will be in the comment section down below. So before we jump into some of the charts and the insights, I just want to go over briefly basically what altcoin season is. Basically, it is a period when altcoins, which are cryptocurrencies that are not just Bitcoin, start to experience massive price surges. During this time, a lot of these altcoins are going to start to outpace Bitcoin, which is understandable because Bitcoin does have a higher market cap. So the potential for some of these coins to skyrocket 10, 20x plus is much more likely. So as far as why this happens, it's mostly driven by market dynamics. So for example, you have Bitcoin whenever it reaches new highs or once it starts to consolidate a little bit more, it's going to rotate some of the traders' profits into the altcoin. This creates a feedback loop and it's going to drive altcoin prices even higher, and it's going to spark a lot of fear and FOMO, which is people missing out on the price action. So to understand where exactly we're at, or if altcoin season is actually here, you need to identify Bitcoin itself because it is the largest player in cryptocurrency. Its movements are going to dictate some of the behavior of the altcoins, but right now, Bitcoin is kind of on the verge of creating new value in the $90,000 to $100,000 range. So historically, once you start to see new high ranges and when it starts to consolidate, Bitcoin basically agrees on a fair price. So for example, the last major value for Bitcoin was between $60,000 and $70,000, I think, in 2021. This is when the original altcoin season began. And after that, we really saw a significant profit taking point as far as altcoins were concerned. So we can start to see again as Bitcoin starts to go up, some of the investors might begin taking profits, and they're going to rotate that capital into some of the altcoins. The rotation is often kind of the spark that starts to ignite the altcoin season. And some of the indicators that begin to confirm this, one of them is going to be the Bitcoin dominance chart. So basically what this is it identifies Bitcoin's complete dominance in the market cap. We can see here as it was nearing 62%, that meant that 62% of the entire market was in Bitcoin. So they had a lot of investors putting a lot of money into Bitcoin, and now they're starting to rotate some of the profits out. They want to squeeze some of the profits out of Bitcoin, being a more safer long-term investment, and they start to rotate that into some of the altcoins. And you can see in 2017 and 2021, you had very sharp, rapid declines in Bitcoin's dominance, which you can kind of see when you zoom back a little bit. This is only a matter of maybe like a week. And more than anything, this is a clear indication that we're likely seeing an altcoin season start to begin. And even if you had a pullback of, I'm going to say 15 to 20%, that alone is more than enough to create the perfect market condition for altcoin season to begin. Another indicator that you probably want to try to evaluate is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. So once you can see that Ethereum starts to outperform Bitcoin, normally this is kind of a sign that the broader altcoin market is starting to gain some traction. It's going to show the relative strength of Ethereum compared to Bitcoin itself. Over the past, I'm going to say 3 years, this chart kind of starts to see a steady downtrend, and this is going to mirror Bitcoin's dominance versus Ethereum. But if ETH versus Bitcoin finds a bottom and starts to begin to rise again, this could potentially indicate a shift in the market sentiment towards altcoins. So now that I've covered some of the signs that you want to be watching out for, we're going to be talking about how exactly you can take advantage of altcoin season and some of the actionable strategies that you can use. So the first one being you really do not want to put all your eggs in one basket. While it might be a little bit tempting to go all in on a certain coin, if you have a more diversified portfolio, it's going to be able to help you manage risk, and you're also going to be able to capture some gains across multiple assets instead of just one. So what you want to be looking for are projects with really strong fundamentals. You want to look out for active development teams, and you want to have communities that are really highly engaged. Normally, these are ones that are a lot more likely to perform well during the alt season itself. And you'll also want to resort to basic technical analysis. So charts, when it comes down to it, are going to be your best friend during the altcoin season. So you want to watch out for key breakout levels, volume spikes, and you want to also look out for other technical indicators that might signal an upward momentum. You also need to keep in mind that it can be pretty volatile. So if you're not taking profit, the money is never going to be yours. When in doubt, if you take a look at how much profit you have, if you're not comfortable with all of that disappearing tomorrow, that means that you probably have too much profit. Just scrape a little bit off the top, take it out, and then you can leave a runner up and hold on to it for a bit longer. But don't just leave the whole thing running. So one of the most common questions I kind of get is whether or not it's too late to invest not just in Bitcoin, but in altcoins, and the answer is no. Of course, you've already seen some altcoins take off 2, 3, 5x. XRP, for example, just increased like 400% within a matter of a couple of weeks. Of course, some of them will take off. If you're extra cautious, though, I would say try and focus on some of the altcoins with good fundamentals or those that haven't really seemed to broken out that much quite yet. The goal here, though, is to try and buy early and then sell high, but not to chase the pumps. Some things I highly recommend avoiding are over leveraging, so don't go anything higher than 10, 15x. Even anything higher than 5x, especially for altcoins, is really high, especially when you're setting it and you're holding on to that position for multiple weeks. These altcoins have really small caps, so they can easily fluctuate 20, 30%, even within a couple of days. And like I said, don't chase a pump. If you've seen a huge move happen already, there's always an opportunity for something else. And you never want to neglect your research. A lot of these things are just scams, they're rug pulls, they're really just people looking to take your money away from you. So don't neglect proper research and looking into the team itself. Understandably, it is pretty overwhelming, especially if this is your first time. This is my third altcoin season that I have been trading in, and having a good, decent community that you can count and rely on that has knowledge and the know how and experience is invaluable. So that's why I highly recommend checking out our Discord group. It is in the comment section down below. I highly recommend it. Most of our members have been making huge gains already, and I've also managed to pass my prop firm challenge within just 2 weeks. I almost surprised myself too because I had a 100% win rate throughout this trade in just a few trades. And if you think that you're kind of lacking in the capital available to be investing into the altcoins, I highly recommend trying out a prop firm challenge. I'm funded with both my funded futures as well as funding pips. They're both good prop firms, but I recommend taking a look into both of those before making a decision. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, and I do not recommend not just trading, but looking into prop firms if you cannot afford it. So, to summarize, this is kind of the dream scenario that we want to see before altcoin season starts to begin. So, you want to see Bitcoin climb, you want to see it reach new highs, and then you want to see the end stage for taking profit levels before it starts to rotate into some of the altcoins. You also want to see the Bitcoin dominance start to decline a little bit, which it definitely has already. You also want to see Ethereum starting to lead the stage for some of the altcoins, especially within the coming weeks. During this time, though, you're also going to see some of the smaller cap altcoins start to surge, and I'm talking like 50, 100% within a matter of a week or even a few days. So just imagine putting $1,000 into one of these coins, and you can easily get $20,000, $30,000. There were people becoming millionaires the last altcoin season who put like a few $1,000s into a small cap altcoin. Just be sure though, if you are one of those people, you have to take profits. Like I said at the beginning, this is definitely an excited time, but you want to be prepared. You want to remain cautious, be strategic about this, and have a clear, comprehensive understanding of the market dynamics. So, a lot of the signs are definitely here, but timing is everything, and the opportunity is not going to last forever. If you found value out of today's video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd smash the like button. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year here on YouTube, and I would really appreciate it if you would help me reach that goal. And if you really want to maximize your profits, please check out the Discord. I have the link to it in the comment section down below. Trade good, trade smart, and I'll see you guys in the next video.